All right, so I had to write down all of my thoughts about this album. Multiple people have been asking me about it. I didn't realize that many people know that I love SZA that much, so that I would have very, very strong fucking opinions about this album. Um, but I'm gonna try and read y'all the notes that I have based on how they were hitting in my head. Y'all already have like my first thoughts. Um, y'all already have those. We already covered that on like Friday or whatever when the album came out. So I'm horny like suck these. Yes, bitch. Absolutely. That line right there, right in the beginning, was like, I was like, oh, this is the type of time she on. Okay, this is gonna be a wave for me. Cool. I too would kill my ex. Which one is the thing? Because several of them, like, there are a couple of people that absolutely deserve death, and there are a couple of people that would be like, let's do a review of your life and decide whether or not you should live or die. There goes that Queen of Swords. Open Arms should have fucking been Isaiah Rashad, and I am heartbroken that I did not get that collab, because I absolutely love them together, and I feel like I've been fucking robbed. And I need to, like, I'm going to end up at some point in a rabbit hole trying to figure out what happened to all of these amazing artists that she used to feature with that she no longer does music with at all. What the fuck happened? Is it her? Is it them? I need to know. A special call out to that, just because you mentioned that you can't listen to it. And now I'm getting into the stuff that I tweeted. Honestly, some songs you just got to listen to for her voice and the beat. Otherwise, she'll have you in your feelings about shit that don't even apply to you. Like, Special does not resonate for me at all. And I'm not going to spend hours digging through my past for whatever experience could have applied to that song. Why? Because why the fuck would I open up a wound that is healed, that there's barely even a scar left behind? Fuck that. So, like, fuck Special. I am special. There's been rare times in my life when I wanted to be somebody else. I'm always happy with me. Maybe not happy with me in a moment, but I never want to be somebody else. I would definitely say, big t-shirt SZA is back. Somebody complained about that. Like, what is this big t-shirt she's wearing on SNL? And what is this? She needs to get her tight clothes back and give us some, some more control. And I'm just like, actually, big t-shirt SZA is SZA. That's who she is at her core. And she may switch it up and she may grow, but when she's looking for comfort, that's where the fuck she's going back to. It's just a matter of her toxic patterns, maybe. I don't know. And for people who don't know that SZA is like straight up toxic ass girl vibes, like, yeah, she'd be like, oh, thinking about myself and my self-esteem, that should be tied to niggas. How do I know that? Because on her song called Crack Dreams, she literally has a lyric that's, I love you like I love crack. I love you like I love to get high. The bitch is not well, and she has not been well for a long time. This is literally just her aesthetic. This album was definitely closer to Afropunk SZA versus Coachella SZA. So it's very kind of like underground, independent kind of sound. Like, you can tell that she had more creative control over this album than she did over Control. Which I have a suspicion that's why she named Control. This is the album that I expected Control to be. Something that would be a refined and like more money thrown behind it version of Z, or a follow-up to Z, I should say. There are definitely 2 tracks that I hate. There is one song that I dislike, which would be Special, and y'all already know the 2 songs I hate. But I mean, compared to Control, I only like 6 songs on Control. I was skipping every other song on there, and it was frustrating. Whereas this one, it takes a while for me to get to a song where I'm just like, nah, skip, and then I get to get right back into the album, and then there's one more song I skip, and then I keep going. Forgiveness is probably my favorite song. It's a toss-up between that and Good Days, and I'll get back to Good Days. But Forgiveness is probably my favorite. And it sounded like something, at first I thought it sounded like something off of Cease as a Run. But now I feel like it sounds more like something off of S. With a little bit of Wavy from the Control album, like mixed together. But like an ODB sample, bitch. The gritty sound quality that was on there sounded so much like RZA's work early in the 90s and everything he did for Wu-Tang and stuff. So it was like, oh shit, this is amazing, to the point where I looked up the producer, and the producer's fucking Blackchild, and Blackchild did that beat and that sample justice. Like, I'm so glad that she got to work with Darkchild. That is fucking amazing for her. Also, I feel like the shots in that song, first of all, I feel like all of her shots in all of her songs are definitely related to multiple niggas. It is not one particular nigga. Forgiveness, the Wu-Tang thing, I feel like, I think Jess mentioned that she felt like it was a dig at somebody, or I saw that on Twitter or something. My thing is that it was definitely a dig at Drake. Because at least he's the only one I can think of off the top of my head, unless she's fucked around with Dave East. I could literally just put up a conspiracy wall right here, because there are so many people that this shit could be about. But I went with Drake because he had that song, what's it called, Wu-Tang, on Nothing Was Ever the Same, or whatever the fuck that album was called. And it was like a real basic fucking sample. I don't even know if he was allowed the sample. I gotta go back and look at the credits. But in comparison, that she got a whole Wu-Tang, like she got a whole ODB verse. Not even like a Wu-Tang beat. She got a fucking ODB verse. That's pretty fucking major. So hella happy about that one. Going back into Good Days, I know she's singing and being sad about a nigga, but I love the song. It's sonically very pleasing to me. It's very like light and soft. It's giving light to heavy emotions, and that's very much like things that I love about her, that she has that ability to do that. Let's see. I'm trying to make sure that I'm going through all of my notes. Clearly I'm back in my SZA Stan era, because I am about to spend 10 minutes reviewing this album. So I want to point out that she's definitely a Scorpio. She is 110% a Scorpio. She's even more of a more extreme Scorpio than Drake, because she is amazing at just expressing her feelings. And yes, she blames it on other people, but she can also hold the mirror up to herself pretty good. The thing is, and the reason why people are like, this bitch is toxic, blah, 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 and people get frustrated with her, is because it's the same thing that happens with all Scorpios. Where, stop licking my couch, nigga. So she will hold up a mirror to herself and sing about her flaws and her pain and what she's going through. And somebody will happen to look and be like, bitch, why is that mirror double-sided? Why can I see myself in this? I don't like that. I didn't ask you to hold a mirror up to me. And she's like, what? I'm just existing. I'm literally just existing. That's literally the reality of being a Scorpio. And I think that's why people have such strong reactions to her damn music. This album will absolutely have me in a fucking slump. It's gonna have me in a headlock. It's gonna have me in a full fucking Nelson for at least the next 30 to 60 days. First Renaissance had me by the ankles every morning as if it was cocaine. Smino has had a hold on me since that album came out the end of October. It's to the point where I am like, am I okay? Because I'm still running this album into the fucking ground. And here comes SZA to save me from the fuckboy that Smino low-key is. I also have a theory there. So there's this episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie is trying to uncover some conspiracy or whatever. And if you don't watch It's Always Sunny, you absolutely should. That shit's fucking hilarious, and it's one of my favorite dark humor shows. That's me trying to piece together who the fuck she is talking about. I have a theory on at least 3 to 4 people that this album is about. It's possible that there's more. I want her to get a therapist because she's not a hoe and she's not toxic. She's toxic to herself. She absolutely loves hard, falls for the wrong niggas, and gives her all, gets extremely attached, and then puts all of her feelings in her music and to trying to make herself perfect in what they were looking for. And it's like, bitch, stand up, number one, because you are perfect, okay? Number 2, stay away from these industry niggas, because that's what's making you look like a hoe. You fucking everybody that you do a fucking track with, or everybody that you like hang out with for a little bit, you get caught up. They're niggas. They are niggas. Relax, girl. Half the shit that they say they don't fucking mean. Give it a little bit of discernment, a little bit of patience to figure out what he's actually about before you lay down, fall in love with him. Because as soon as you lay down with them, you fall in love with them, bitch. And then next thing you know, you got to write a fucking song about him. So that's my view. That's my view. And I feel like that maybe had she not been a mixy, messy industry bitch, we would have had that Isaiah Rashad verse on Open Arms. I don't blame him for not wanting to do a love song duet with her anymore.